Hello everyone, this is Grandmaster Srinath Narayanan. Today I'm going to take you through one of the games between Grandmaster Arjun Erigaisi against Grandmaster Gukesh from the Chess Kids Junior Street Chess Championship. Um, this was one of the early games in the match, and Arjun playing white, he started out with knight f3, knight f6, c4, e6, g3, d5, d4. Here we already have the basic Catalan position, the Catalan main line. I mean, not the main line, but the Catalan crossroads, as we can call it. Um, Black has a few different ways of developing here. He can play something like bishop b4 check, or he can play bishop e7, or just take this pawn, which is what Gukesh did. Bishop g2, a6, short casual, knight c6. Uh, so white is a pawn down here. So where does white get his compensation from, and why? One of the things about the Catalan opening is that this bishop gets very powerful in as the game goes on. That is one of the things. The second thing is that although black is a pawn up, this pawn is not always easy to defend. So white does get this back sooner or later. And when white gets this back, he usually has a few strategic trumps. So here Arjun played knight d2, which is not an easy move to face. This was probably the first time Gukesh had seen this, and he responded by taking this pawn, which was already not a great idea. It was probably better to play b5, which is one of the moves Gukesh played later in the match, um, in the next game itself when he had black. But he took this pawn, knight c4, knight f3, bishop f3. Again, white is a pawn down here. Although he got back the c4 pawn, he lost the d4 pawn. So again, it's a interesting question. Where does white get his compensation from? I would say one of the things is, uh, let's say black plays something like he exchanges the queen because he's a pawn up and develops normally. Then white can play something like knight a5, and now this pawn is lost almost by force because if black defends with something like c6, then white can just take this pawn, and if black captures back, then after bishop c6, white is winning a lot of material. If black plays something like rook b8, not blundering this pawn, then after bishop f4, black is losing at least one pawn. So, and also the white's pieces, they're all out active and doing something, whereas as we can clearly see, black's pieces are all undeveloped on the 8th rank and not in the squares that they would like to be. Well, black pieces are a bit like in home quarantine, and we know what it does to the economy and the society. So these are the dangers that are faced by black in this position. It can get bad pretty quickly. Uh, Gukesh tried to develop with bishop d6. Now queen a4 check, pretty strong move. Bishop d7, queen b3, and again black has the same problem with the b7 pawn. This b7 pawn was the weakness in this position, and black is not able to play c6 and defend this in most of the positions. Like for example, earlier in this variation in which we had seen, if black plays c6 here, then after knight b6 he's losing some material. So this was a pretty difficult position, and Gukesh was under pressure and he decided to lash out with b5. But this doesn't really help black's cause, because now Arjun happily takes the exchange that has been offered because of this b4 move, the b5 move, and apart from that, usually when one bishop gets swapped off, we should look at which remaining color bishop is there for each of the sides. So here white has the dark square bishop and black has the light square bishop. And in such situations where black has a light square bishop, it's advisable for him to fix his pawns on the dark squares. There are two reasons for this. One is because he has only a light square bishop, black can only control those squares and things that are in on light squares. So if he puts all the pawns on dark squares, it helps him control more of the board. This is one thing. The second thing is it also makes gives more freedom for the light square bishop. Therefore, it's for very useful for white to force black to play d5, which is what Arjun did with rook d1. And after d5, he immediately takes control of these dark squares against which black cannot defend. Like if he had a bishop on e7, then he would be able to defend here, get some control, and be able to castle short. But because he doesn't have this, he's not able to do this. Gukesh tried to play queen b7 with the idea of b4, but Arjun just stops this with bishop d2. And now Gukesh tries to get b4 in any way by taking this bishop. But by now Arjun starts focusing on other things. Most importantly, the c file, and especially the c7 square where he would love to get his rook on. So he starts this operation with rook c1, anticipating that Gukesh would take knight d2, which he has to castle. And after taking this, he just puts the rook on c2, from where it can land on c7, which is a pretty attractive square. Black manages to get b4 in finally, which helps him castle short. But okay, it solves some of his problems, but not all of his problems. And white just moves this away, moves the queen away, and gets the rook to c7. Now, if Gukesh played something like bishop b5 as his bishop was attacked, then white could just take this pawn. And after rook f7, rook c8 check, black is getting mated by force. Bishop e8 falls to rook e8, and queen d8 is just rook d8. It's a mate. So Gukesh defends these weak squares on the 7th rank with the queen, not allowing white to finish the game immediately. But Arjun nevertheless manages to get his other rook on c7. And now this f7 pawn is attacked, and black has only one way to defend it, by retreating the bishop. He cannot move the pawn with something like f6, because this would not only lose the g7 pawn but also end in an instant mate. He goes bishop e8, rook c8, and now white's forces are entering in all directions, and black does not have enough pieces to defend. He's missing his rook pretty badly. It's already a position where black can resign, but Gukesh just hangs on for a couple more moves. And after g6, queen b6, he finally resigns, because white would probably just put his rooks back on the 7th rank, and it's either going to be mate or heavy material losses. So that looked like a pretty easy win, but the mistakes from black was provoked first of all by this intense pressure the Catalan bishop was having, which black couldn't free himself that easily. This pressure caused Gukesh to try and break loose with this b5 move, which is sometimes a good idea in the Catalan if he could have somehow got his pieces on the long diagonal with this, or something like e5 bishop h3. But here he simply didn't have enough time to do any such thing, and Arjun played in the most accurate fashion possible. His overall accuracy score was something like 99% for this game. So that was a pretty clean and accurate game by Arjun. So that's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and see you guys soon again.